What are the priorities for the United Nations in Africa? And in what way can the United Nations help bring about the changes that you're talking about? Because that, I think, is an important aspect that we don't look at enough.
Yeah.
We think too often of just the peacekeeping.
Yeah, no, that is true. The first thing that the United Nations does, which people do not speak much about, is the humanitarian assistance. In the case of disaster, or in the case of civil war, civil strife, we intervene quickly to stabilize the situation with food stamp, with tents, with drinking water. We have different entities of the UN that are involved in this. Creating conditions to host refugees, internally displaced people. This is emergency assistance. The second thing that we do, which is on the mid-term and the long term, is to help Africa implement what it has chosen, which is the new partnership for the African development, known under the acronym of NEPAD. NEPAD consists in 5 or 6 priority areas: development of infrastructure, health, education, regional integration, women empowerment, science and technology. So these are the priorities. Did I mention agriculture? Agriculture is one of them. So these are the priorities. And NEPAD has the advantage of going to each individual country member of the African Union and say, okay, tell me your quantified need and tell me how much you can put in it and how much the international community should support you with. And these numbers, when they are known, a compact is signed between the NEPAD agency and the country in question, and that's where the United Nations gets involved. We get involved in order to bring together countries that are in need and countries and institutions that can provide assistance. And this can be an official development assistance known as aid. It can be loans in concessional under concessional conditions, or it can be just venture capital to invest in the country. So this is a second thing. The third thing that we do is promotes the protection of human rights. As you know, recently, an international criminal court has been established, and we have a lot of leaders that are going to appear before that court. Some of them come from Africa, some from Eastern Europe, recently we have sent before the court the former president of Cote d'Ivoire because of the abuses, and I understood his spouse is joining him. And this is a dissuasive tool that exists at the level of the international community to oblige countries to respect human rights. The third thing we do is to promote accountability, transparency in the management of wealth. Whether the wealth is brought by the international community in the form of assistance, or if wealth comes from the revenues generated by the commodities, we contribute in creating a more transparent environment in the use of these resources so that the people of these countries can benefit from that. So these are a few things, and we also help in building the capacity by training children, creating conditions for young girls and women to go to school and to take part in the day-to-day lives of the countries, even in political activities in the countries. So these are a few things that the United Nations does in support of countries, but it's not well known. We are only known to dispatching peacekeeping mission. We go beyond that.